Good evening, everybody. My name is John Hagee. I'm the Fire Behavior Analyst on CAL FIRE Team 4. And I have a very special and unique job, and I'm fortunate to have it, that I get to take a lot of the science and the information that I gather with and I take all that and I basically kind of come up with an idea of where we think the fire is going to go and how fast it's going to get there. It's not an exact science. It's more of an educated guess. But to kind of give you some background of this incident and how this fire maybe has gotten so big is we are at the end of a 6-year drought. We had a pretty good rain last year, which kind of helped out the grass crop, which is a little bit challenging for us, because now we have receptive fuels. But prior to that, we had that 6 years of drought. So all the chaparral has been very stressed. And the way it reacts to that stress is it kills part of it off. So part of it can live, a very small portion of it, but the rest of it dies off. So now we have this huge fuel loading of dead chaparral in the hills, and that creates large fire growth. So that's what we've kind of come up with. And you're all very familiar with this area, and if you've driven in the backcountry here, you understand the terrain. It's very steep, it's very challenging. So we take a lot of those ingredients, we take the fuels, we take the weather, we take the topography, and we come up with a prediction. Now, it's not a crystal ball, it's not something I can look into and do the magic 8-ball. It doesn't give me an exact science. What I try to do is to give the firefighters on the ground the best information so they can get out there and do an effective job for you. So, thank you very much.
Thanks, Sean. Next up is Dick Bauer from Monterey County OES.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for taking some time out to come and listen to us and work with us today. My name is Dick Bauer. I am the EOC manager for the county. I'm working out of the Emergency Operations Center on Natividad Road with anywhere from 20 to 30 of your other neighbors who are in there and have been in there every day since this fire started, trying to help coordinate things. So I wanted to give a shout out to those folks that are back there right now helping to get this thing under control and working with these folks to help you folks out. Just a few things. First of all, let me say if you suffered a loss in this fire on behalf of Monterey County, I'd like to offer our condolences for that and to assure you that we're going to do everything we can to help you recover from this thing. Some of the things that we're working on that I think you'd be interested in, we've had a number of people who've lost properties. We're finally being able to get matching up property numbers with phone numbers and being able to contact folks. At this point, last I checked, I think we've reached 40 people out of the 58 who have lost property in the fire. So we're making some progress on that. And if you have not heard from us and you believe you've lost some property, if you'd catch me after the meeting, I'd like to get your phone number so that we can link some people up with you and get some information and give you information back. On Wednesday, we plan to get out into the field with an interdisciplinary crew from around the county, as well as some folks with PG&E and CAL FIRE to be able to go out and start doing the damage assessments that will allow us to see how bad the damages were, identify areas where we have hazardous materials problems, and really try to do the groundwork to get you folks back in so that you can get back on your property and start recovering. So we'll be working on that the rest of this week. We've got a good plan to do it. We've got the people in place, and we're just in the process of getting ready to go out and pull that together. Another thing I wanted to share with you is we're going to be doing a local assistance center on Saturday. That'll be from 9 to 3 at the Carmel Mission Inn, which is at 3665 Rio Road. So it's the hotel down by Rio Road and Highway 1. At that local assistance center, there'll be people there from the county government, various resource management agency, building department, public works, just a lot of different county departments, vital records. We'll have people there to help you get with recovery. They'll be able to help you provide you with driver's licenses and information on recouping birth certificates and other vital records from the county. They'll also be providing you with some other information on how you can prepare to get ready with rebuilding and a lot of the permitting assistance that we're planning to help everybody out. So that's going to happen again on Saturday from 9 to 3 at the Carmel Mission Inn. So we hope that you folks, if you're interested in some information, we'll also have a lot of people from the state there. So they'll be there to offer up state assistance as well. A couple other things real quickly. I just want to give a little acknowledgement to the Red Cross and let everyone know that there is a Red Cross shelter opened at All Saints Church. I was moved from Carmel Middle School because of the approach of school starting. They needed to do some work there. So that shelter at All Saints Church is open and available. The Red Cross folks are there to help you out. Up the day school. Thank you. Thank you. And then we also have the SPCA. So if you have pets, you can still go to the shelter. The SPCA co-locates a pet shelter with our human shelters. If you have a service animal, it's allowed in the shelters. But because of allergy issues and a lot of other stress issues that happen with pets, we try to keep them at the pet shelter next door. You can walk over there, you can play with your pet whenever you want to, walk it, feed it. It's just a way that we can provide a connection with your pet while still acknowledging the need for the shelter and having pets limited in that area. So they also have food and other supplies that they can provide to you, so that if you need dog food, if you need cat food or other pet supplies, they have those there. They're able to help you out with that. I believe there's someone from the SPCA and also someone from the Red Cross in the crowd here, and so they should be around to provide you some more information on that at the conclusion of the presentations. That's about all I have for you tonight. We're here to help you out. Monterey County is a resilient county. This stuff happens from time to time, and we've always been able to come back from it. When we come back stronger, and that's what we're going to help you all do today. So thank you very much for your time, and we'll try to get this wrapped up as quickly as we can.
Thanks, Dick. And again, to clarify, the shelter is at the All Saints Day School located off Carmel Valley Road. Next, Lieutenant Kazor from the California Highway Patrol. Thanks, Bill.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, friends, neighbors, welcome and good evening. As Bill said, my name is Rob Kazor. I'm currently the Field Operations Commander as well as the full commander of your local Monterey area California Highway Patrol office. I'm responsible for approximately 3,022 and a half square miles of law enforcement services, along with Sheriff Steve Bernal and your local police departments. Before I go any further, I would like to quickly acknowledge and thank 5th District Supervisor Dave Potter for coming by. Thank you. And as I look out over the crowd here, I see surprisingly a lot of familiar faces. I think some of you have been to these other meetings, so for you season ticket holders, welcome again. And for your new people, thank you so much for coming out and supporting us and the panel over here. California Highway Patrol has two dual roles, each as important as the other. Our first job is to do everything within our power to keep the firefighters safe, to protect your property and your animals and your infrastructure. And firefighters, please close your ears for a second. When you're out driving around, I know how safe you are. You stop at stoplights, stop signs, you obey the speed limits. You can nod your head yes, please. Thank you. The fire service may not be doing that when they're inside the fire lines. They are so focused and so committed on putting out the fire that they're not going to be as vigilant with their surroundings as we are when we're out driving around. Because of that, it is extremely dangerous to be in those closed fire areas when they're actively involved. It would be a tragedy if somebody got struck by a firefighting vehicle, another piece of apparatus, a bulldozer, or succumb to a tragedy with some hazardous materials that Mr. Bauer spoke about, or a falling tree. And we will try to come in there and rescue you as quickly as we can, but the better job we can do of keeping the firefighters safe and you safe is what we're all about. Our second goal is to keep everybody safe that's traversing our local highways, Highway 1, Carmel Valley Road, and all the backcountry roads in and around the fire line. The better job we can all do as a community of keeping our seatbelts on, obeying the speed limits, not messing with our phones or other distractions would be an added bonus to help keep everybody safe, the caravans of firefighting vehicles, as well as all of us. So thank you very much.
We'll have Q&A in just a minute.
Relate directly to the CHP. What are you going to do to stop the events with the concours that happen in the Carmel Valley? The problematic happens, which traffic on Carmel Valley Road?
Sure. Talk about that. Okay. A very good question. We have been made aware of the concerns associated with Car Week coming up the third week of August. We're in active communications with all of the entities that are involved. Elected officials, the fire service, sheriff, us, and everybody that pulls together and has a stake in Car Week. I can't give you a committed answer as far as what's going to happen. It's going to depend on the behavior of the fire and the status of the fire as it gets closer. And that's the best I can give you for right now.
And again, we'll have an opportunity for additional questions in just a few moments. Sheriff Bernal.